Hi everyone. Can you all hear me? Please do let me know. Well, I'm showing as live, but on YouTube it's not showing me as live. Can anybody hear me? Let me know, guys, if you can hear me okay. Oh, brilliant. Thank you for letting me know. Right. Good evening. We've made it here on a Wednesday. No issues, no problems. So as scheduled. And as you can see, I've got my Maui Princess out because this is my focus for a finish. Okay. So I've already had a few comments. Hello to Rosemary. And Rosemary's wishing also a happy belated Father's Day to Andy. He is here, but he's just upstairs at the moment, so I'll pass that on. Hi, Anna Karen, 2112 Shockwave. Hello. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Woo Woo, Sandy, Katinka, Missy, and Mrs. Miggins. Lovely to see you all this evening. Hope you are all doing well. So, yeah, as you can see, oh, crikey, Maui Princess has come out. I am under 6,000 stitches to go. Oh, Catherine is coming in from Facebook as well. Let's have a look. Catherine says, sitting back on the sidelines, watching on the big box. Hi to all. So, yeah, lovely job. Hi, Sharon. Yes, Missy, very nearly done. At 97.46%. So it's going great guns. I'm super happy. And this last sort of section here, it's lots of reds and black and some bits of blue. And it's mainly block stitching, not a lot of confetti, which pleases me no end, because even though this has been a mainly block stitching piece, there have been little patches of confetti in it. So up until starting the live, I'd done 73 stitches, so we'll see how far we can get. With it being nice blocky stitching, I'm tipping that I'll get plenty done. So yeah, hi Cheryl. Hope you're doing okay. Oh, let me know, by the way, as well, what you're working on. And enable me. Enable each other. That's been done. So, yeah. Colours in this are coming out just lovely on the screen. You can really see the shades of orange and pink and red in her hair. Well, orange and burgundy and red more than pink. Cheryl, you're working on your Disney. Lovely job. Hi, Adria. Working on Mystic Mountain Nebula. Lovely. Oh, I had a comment earlier from Red, from when she popped in on the Sunday live stream. Let me find the comment. She gave some good news. Thank you guys for the wishes today. I can say that I finished my studies in university. I got a grade 4. 1 is the worst and 5 is the best. And now she finally has time to stitch. So that's phenomenal news for Red there, and I'm sure everybody wishes her all a congratulations. And even better so that she now has time to stitch. Catherine is working on London by Ciro Marchetti and closing in on 50%, 48.04% she's currently at. Way to go, Catherine. Fantastic. Anna Karen is working on Cosmic Marbles by Amy Stewart. I know you're enjoying that one, aren't you? And then Sharon Hade's Hot Air Balloon. Brilliant. All very good. I was watching Gemma Stitch's stitch with me earlier, and I clicked on the link for her pattern that she's doing. I was very tempted. Rosemary is not working on anything lately. My stitching has been fighting me and I'm too old to fight back. God bless you. Have you just lost your bug completely, or what's happening there for you? Sandy's working on Daydream by Heather Edwards, Pain-Free Crafts, 40.56%. Fantastic, Sandy, way to go. Good, I'm glad on that, Anna Karen, that you're enjoying it. I've seen that one, it's a lovely piece. I also saw a post today, yesterday it was, because, you know, you guys will know I'm going to the Big Stitch in end of July. Hawkins Hobbies are going to be there, and I think they're going to take some chatelaines. So I might just have a look at a chatelaine. Katinka working on My Favourite Little Cake Shop by Amy Stewart, 30% exactly, and finally out from the ceiling and wallpaper areas. Rosemary, I guess I'm not focused. It happens. It happens. There are some days when I'm stitching that I stitch a few stitches, then I mess around on my phone for a bit. Then I go back and stitch a few more stitches. Then I mess around on my phone for a bit. You know, some days I'm not focused at all. It happens, you know, and that's the times when, you know, maybe like a small project, like a cover kit or something, would perhaps help a little bit. But I'm on a no new start, so I can't do that. Okay. Let's do some of this blue. Mrs. Smiggins is working on No Evil still at 9.65%. Fantastic stuff, Mrs. M. All progress. Doesn't matter how many stitches you get in. If you move the stitch count, it's progress, isn't it? And, you know, some of us stitch at a steadier rate than others. It's just the way we all are, isn't it? So Wednesday today, so I was in the office yesterday. Still cold. It's not warming up yet. Although it was a little bit better yesterday than it has been. But it's not fantastically warm. The summer still eludes us. We had grey skies this morning and I think we had a few specks of rain. I think we had some rain overnight. It seems to be a washout this year. So, yeah. And I've been looking back at some of my old videos this week, because obviously I'm getting ready to do my whip parade. And I was looking back at the one I did last year, beginning of this year. And then I got to looking back at some of my even older videos. And wow, yeah, I can definitely see where I've been losing this weight. It's sure coming off. Weigh-in day tomorrow. Although, I'll be honest, I don't think I've done much this week. Me and Lauren had a weekend with movies and popcorn and a Chinese takeaway. I think I said that on Sunday. But we'll have to see what the scales say. Eh? Certainly seeing in my body shape that things are changing. So, and it's still nice to go to work and be wearing skinny jeans and, you know, passing the mirror in the ladies and not thinking, oh my God, I'm so fat. So, Adrian, I wish I could send you a few degrees with 30 degrees or more this week. Yeah, I wish you could as well. I like to be warm. I don't mind it being hot in the summer, as long as I can get some shade and be in the warm. I mean, obviously, a couple of years back when we had the 40 plus degrees, that was ridiculous. But yeah, I would much prefer it to be a warm summer than a cold winter. And you see, Andy's the opposite because he doesn't tolerate heat very well. And the girls don't like it either. They don't. I mean, they've both come in today, Lauren from school and Hannah from work. And they've been like, oh, I'm so hot and bothered. It's funny how we're all different with the weather. So, yeah, a bit quieter stream tonight, but then again, I wasn't expecting it to be too busy with it being on a Wednesday. But it's still lovely to have more than 20 of you in. It's fantastic. And, you know, while ever there is an appetite for a live stream, I will just keep doing them. So I was thinking today that all being well on this live stream next week, if I get plenty enough stitches in on the weekend, this one will become a finish. And She Sleeps is moving up into focus for a finish slot. Which will be nice. And I'm going to do the same as what I've done with this one, and 200 stitches a day, 300 at the weekend. Because I think sort of since I started doing that in May, excuse me, it's worked really well. I've got plenty of progress in, which is what I wanted. The idea of me, you know, getting in, you know, doing my sort of first stitches on this has been fantastic, because I've still been able to model stitch as well and get progress in on my own pieces. Or my other pieces, yeah. You've had a belated Happy Father's Day wish from Rosemary.
I know, I heard it when I was in the bathroom.
All right, okay. Oh, itchy ear. I just had a bath before I joined as well, before I started this stream. Nice and refreshing. Kat's decided that she likes the bathroom windowsill now and likes to stick her nose out of the open window. Oh, Sandy, have I had a chance to try the needles yet? And if so, what do I think? I still haven't had them, Sandy. I really don't know what's happened, but I've not received anything. But then again, I've received very little post. I don't know if they've gone to the wrong house or what, but I've not had anything. And I know Missy's not sent anything yet because she's been unwell. But bizarrely, I don't know what's going on. A few people in our local Facebook group have said, has anybody had problems with the post? And I'm like, well, yeah, because I had an item that was posted to me, a letter from the south of England a couple of weeks ago, and I still haven't got it. I've had parcel post, but I can't remember last time there was a letter post. So I'm sadly still waiting. I want to try them because I want to do a video about them. I'm quite annoyed, actually. Yeah, I remember you saying, Sandy, that you posted first class, and I went and double-checked the address, that they're giving you the right door number and stuff. But, yeah. But like I said, I can't remember last time I had a letter post. I will post again tomorrow. You don't have to, Sandy. That's up to you. But if you do, suggest that, you know, I was going to say some form of tracking, but that'd probably work out quite expensive. It's just, I just don't get it. Oh, stupid postman. I had a parcel post today because I had I still get the Disney part work, and I'd ordered a mug, a funny mug for a friend. I got those, no letters. Can you remember last time we had letters in the post, love? Oh, I think Andy's busy being all domestic. He's making me a nice cup of tea. It's tea and Freddo o'clock. Oh, looks like Catherine's got a question. Come on, show me the chat window. Okay, so when kitting up a full coverage on 25 count, how many stitches would you say you can get from a metre of thread? I have a few kitted, but feels as though I have too much on hand. If I'm doing full cross on 25 count, I work in half metre lengths. So, and I probably get 70 stitches out of a half metre if I'm doing like a block like this. If I'm doing scattered stitches, then yeah, obviously it works out a bit less. But I work on, so 140 per metre, and there's 6, so 6 times 140. I can't maths. So 6 times 140 is 4 extra 16, 20 is 800. Is that 800? No, it's not. 940 multiplied by 8. Please tell me if I'm getting the maths right or wrong. In fact, let me find my calculator on my laptop. Calculator.
6 times 140 is 840.
Oh, well, I was 900. First of all, I said 800, then I said 940. So obviously I can't maths. Right. So if I say 70 stitches per half metre, so per 1 metre, that's 140. So 140 multiplied, multiplied by 6. So for per 6 strand metre, 840 threads. There's 8 metres to a skein. So multiply that by 8, and it works out 6,720 per skein. See, that sounds rather a lot to me. It's probably right, but it does sound like quite a lot. I would have a look online, Catherine, see if you can find a whatchamacallit, a chart. Sharon has a chart which gives you thread count on a skein. If they say 25 count 1 strand, you'll get 6,375 stitches per skein. I always calculate to get about 5,000 per skein, a skein being 8 metres. So 6,720 wasn't far off, but yeah, sounds a bit much. So yeah, I'd work on that. Catherine, you know what Sharon says, work on 5,000 a skein. Yes, you're going to have some over, but better to have more than not enough. Sandy, just the 2 needles, right? Okay. I just, can you remember last time we had a letter post?
No,
I can't. Because Sandy posted me some needles a fortnight ago and they're still not here. She's going to post me some more tomorrow, bless her. But yeah, I'd rather have more thread than not enough. I've had kits sometimes where I've just squeaked in on thread. There's kind of been no comfort zone, no buffer. So, okay. Hi, Alexandra. Hi, everyone. Finally made it for a live. You're very welcome. I hope you're doing well. What you're stitching on? We're all nosy and we like to be enabled. Anna Karen says, Sharon, does that chart have calculation for many counts of fabric? Just curious if it's the chart I found online. Yeah, I would imagine that there are some, you know, like there's the one for the fabric. I would imagine that there's a calculator for floss as well. I shouldn't think that they'd be too difficult to create. Yeah, that's just unpopped. Oh dear, excuse me. Okay, Catherine. Watched the video and the female says, according to the chart she had, was 6,375. I've been messing with the numbers. I figured I would be safe with 5,600 per skein, where I have been kitting up with 2,000 per skein. Better safe than sorry. Yeah, 2,000 is definitely overdoing it. 5,600 sounds realistic. Really. It sounds sort of more workable. Yeah, it's got loads. I think I got it off the Haid Facebook group under files. Okay, I'm not in that group. I'm not allowed. That's another story. I didn't do anything naughty. I have stitch pics. And apparently it's some sort of competition, but I don't know. Are you hot?
Yes.
Got your Rudy on.
I've got bugger all else underneath it though.
Well, the camera's not pointing at you.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Don't mind me, ladies. I'm stripping off. Don't get excited.
Right. Alexandra, 42% done, 25 count, 1/1. The Grand Library, Amy Stewart. And I love it. Your stitch with me's get me through. That's good news. Sometimes for me with the stitch with me, I just sort of use them to pace. Especially if they're the ASMR style ones. You know, like if I'm feeling a bit sluggish and a bit like my stitchy get up and goes, got up and gone. Sometimes just listening to the sound of needle and thread and wanting to keep time with it kind of encourages me to pick up my needle again, if that makes sense. Everybody's saying, quick, turn the camera around.
I think your channel might get demonetized.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think there's any room for nudity on YouTube.
If they're that bothered, I'll send them pictures.
Oh my God! Are you threatening to send an unsolicited naked man picture to my lovely people? Excuse me. There's something wrong with that picture.
Well, yes, there would be. There would be, wouldn't there?
Photo time. Yeah, he's as I said, he doesn't cope well when it's warm, does Andy? He's just had a bath, so he's warm. Oh. Catherine says, so I have a stash going on. Need to start sorting out my threads to kit and form for my other projects. We've got a dissenter. Cheryl says, no thanks, Andy. So no, I don't think Cheryl wants one of your pictures, dear.
Dear. Bloody good job.
Don't worry, ladies. If he goes to do it and press send, I'll knock his fingers away from the send button. Fine. You're all safe, I promise. I've said before and I say it again. My channel's a safe place. We might be heading for a number here, that colour here that's going to get a 0. And I figured that when I've got to this bit here, I shall move the hoop and it'll probably be the last move. Exciting. We're over 97.5% now, 97.51. Leslie says, good job, she's just eaten. Yeah, I've got you back, Leslie, don't worry. It's a good job he knows we're only messing, isn't it? It's a good job we know he's only messing. I don't think any of you would appreciate an unsolicited picture. Big beaming smile or no. Speaking of unsolicited, not pictures, but any of you ladies on Facebook get lots of friend requests from widowed American or continental ex-servicemen or surgeons or something like that, usually with some kind of professional photo and, you know, some sorry tale of woe, and then, you know, that kind of thing. I am deleting no end of friend requests. And I'm presuming that they're all bots, but still, bots and hackers. Missy, you get them. And on Instagram, I am getting, I'm going to use the term loosely, I am getting lots of models who are clearly not models. They have something going on OnlyFans or whatever and want me to join. I don't think so. Not my cup of tea. You see Anna Carey Newgate on Instagram. Yeah. They've got to be bots, haven't they? Well, some of them have. It seems like I have some kindred spirits here. You just see a friend request and, you know, I think, oh, who's added me? And then I look and it's some guy with salt and pepper hair and a little beard and a nice smile who's wearing a suit. And then you see in the thing, widowed and blah, blah, blah. And you just think, yeah, you're one of them, delete. Sharon, you're getting the female models as well. Yes, as I said, I do use that term loosely because I think they're more OnlyFans people. I'm not built for OnlyFans. Now, if there was an OnlyFans for cross stitch, there you go. Catherine gets loads, still not online socialising much except with my family overseas on PM. Yeah, they still find a way of sneaking through though, don't they? Yeah, I've been doing lots of blocking as well on Instagram, Sharon. Anna Karen, yeah, suit or a uniform. Have you noticed sort of late 40s, sort of 50s age group, salt and pepper hair, a little bit of a beard, enigmatic smile, looking straight, very professional, almost looking like a creepy AI kind of image. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. And they only have about 3 friends. All of a sudden they add you and they think they're going to become popular. I've not had any, says Adria. Not sure to feel lucky or deprived. Yeah, I'd go with lucky. Because, really, to be fair, if they are sort of bots or scammers, it takes just one press and that's it. They've got you. So I have a policy of only adding somebody that I know. I get a few people who Andy's a mutual friend with, and I'll say to him, this person's added me, and he'll be like, yeah, they're okay. Mr. gets a lot of bodybuilder types lately. Oh, I've not had them. I'll be having a second look though. Anna Karen says, yeah, lucky, definitely lucky. Hi, Maria. Yeah, we are 97.5%. When I get to sort of here, I should make the final hoop move probably next Wednesday. All being well, God willing, I'll be doing a live stream. We will be working this one to a finish. Yeah, that's absolutely spot on, AJ. They do just want access to your information. I have all of my information set to private anyway. You know, you see that I'm married to Andy and you see who my family members are, but you'll not find an email address or a phone number because I don't put it on there. And my Facebook, for those of you that have me, you'll know that it's confined to sharing funny stuff. I don't talk about anything personal or very little that's personal. I might acknowledge if it's a family birthday or my wedding anniversary or whatever. But I certainly don't do the ins and outs of life on Facebook because I've got a life. And I know lots of my friends are like, oh, I've checked in at the hospital, queue loads of what's up, hun comments. And then like, I'll PM you. Why put it on Facebook if you're not prepared to say what the flip's wrong with you? Maria, I certainly will. I'm going to have a tot up shortly as to exactly how many stitches I've got left. Because then I'll know if I'm on track for next Wednesday. I'll be stitching on it obviously tomorrow. Weekend. Saturday certainly. Because I've got a bit left to do on my Wednesday stitch. And so on. Quick question, how do you keep organising your pattern? I'm doing 3 projects at the moment, but want more tips. So all my patterns are on Pattern Keeper. I'm a digital gal. Unless you're talking about my rotation, Alexandra. For me, I just sort of do it so I don't get bored. And by the way, do you want to be Alexandra or do you want to be Alex or something different? Because I get to know everybody by their first names. Oh, my rotation. Right. Okay. So with my rotation, my week starts, you know, for everybody on a month. My stitching week starts on a Monday. So I have 4 projects per week and I do them I just have them written down and that's the order that I work on them in. So on a Monday and Tuesday, I work on my first project. So like this week, it was Envy. And I worked on Envy, and once I get to 1,000 stitches over those 2 days, so it might be 500 a day or 800 one day, 200 another, or, you know, whatever. I might even just do all the 1,000 stitches on the first day. That's it. I stop. And then I pick up my focus on a finish. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, like today, it's She Sleeps. I've done 700 stitches on it today. And then tomorrow I'll be doing another 300, and then obviously I'm doing stitching on my princess tonight. And then when I've done the 300 stitches tomorrow, again, my princess. And then the same on Friday and Saturday. So my Friday, Saturday piece this week is, I think it's a stitching shelf. So I'll get 1,000 stitches in that, and then I'll go on to my focus for finish. And then I have what I call the Sunday stitch. So on Sunday, I work on one piece all day. And whatever stitches I get in on that, great. And that's how I do it. Your mum called you Alexandra when you were naughty. My mother would call me Nicola Louise when I was naughty, which was all right until I got to sort of being a teenager. Didn't like it much when I was a teenager, but to be fair, I go by Nicola most of the time now. People call me Nick at work, or if it's on Teams, they might spell it N-I-C. Andy calls me Nikki or Nikki Noo, and of course I get Mum. But yeah, my mum used to pull out the full Sunday name, the works. I think that's a mum thing, isn't it? If you got into trouble when you were a kid, it's like your full Sunday name, first name and surname. So choose my Sunday piece to just follow through on your rotation. It's just the next one in the list on rotation, Sharon. Just the next one on the list. And next year, when I'm adding in my new projects, they will just go into the list wherever they come up. So say, for example, like this week, Monday and Tuesday, I was working Envy, and I pulled on my floss tube a new start. The new start will just go in after Envy and before she sleeps. I have to think there. And I think, the way I've sort of got the rotation set up, 1,000 stitches is a good amount to not get bored and not get burnt out. I mean, obviously I'm doing more than 1,000 on this piece when it does a full day. Like some weekends I've done like 2,500 stitches in a day, which has been phenomenal, and I probably won't do that ever again. But I did no overtime. I didn't go anywhere, and I just literally sat on my bum and stitched all day. Thanks for the tips. I think I need to go shopping. Oh, off you go then. But yeah, I rarely work off paper these days, mostly pattern keeper. And sticking to a rotation means that I do get lots of variation through the week. And, you'll know if you've seen my patterns, I've got, Envy, which is a lady, She Sleeps, which is a face, Stitching Shelf, which is lots of little stuff, a map, stained glass. So they're all very different types of stitching, which I think also helps. Did we get a 0? Yes, we did. Woohoo. Been having lots of 0s lately. I've only got 15 colours left. 16 colours left, beg your pardon. Some of them have got, 3 of them have got less than 10 stitches, but they're right on that side, which is annoying. Largest amount left, of course, is black, 310. Still got 2,253 stitches of that. By far the biggest in this piece. And then 817, which is a red, it's got 1,440. So 2 stitches with a big old lump left in them. 2 colours with a big old lump left in them. I noticed it, Enid. Turning heels on your socks. Lovely job. I am chucking stitches into now with Princess. Let me just see. I have 5,324 stitches as of this moment to do. Hi, Kashi. How are you? I hope you're well. And what you're working on. Oh dear, Nerdy Stitcher, yep. Go and get that laundry. I figure when I get this one too close to a finish, I will leave 400 stitches to do on my live stream. Hey Joe, do I have any other Haid freebies to do, or just this one? Just this one? No others? I've not found much else, to be honest with you, on the freebie page that I fancied. I had a look earlier because, as I said, I was watching Gemma Stitches and I went and had a look at the piece that she's doing on there. Almost enabled myself. And I thought, oh, I wonder if there's anything on the freebies page. And I went and had a look, and there is something on there, but it's I think it's an AI image. I don't have anything against AI, to be honest. You know, but if the image isn't appealing, I'm not gonna pluck that one and stitch it. It's got to be something that's appealing, hasn't it? Kashi, doing great. Waiting for summer to finally show its face, aren't we all? It's been awful, hasn't it? Still working on disintegration, but I think I've caught the bug where I want to work on multiple things because I've been thinking about starting another 1 or 2 or, oh dear. That definitely sounds like a bug to me. The only cure for that is stash enhancement. Oh, that's in the wrong place. Oh, no, it wasn't. I was looking in the wrong place.
Well, you're a numpty.
Yep. Not many of the free ones I liked either. Might do the parrot one. Yeah, I saw that parrot. It wasn't for me, in all honesty.
Wasn't for me.
But yeah, there's like is it like a sort of an elf type nymph fairy thing on there at the minute? Yeah, I was looking at Marvelous Garden, which is one that Gemma's doing. Go away, pop up. I don't want to look at you. Thank you. I was looking at Marvelous Garden and I thought, oh, I'll have a look at the free one. Forest Maiden, that's it. And it's an AI generated. And it looks lovely, but I wouldn't stitch it. It's not my thing. It's got lots of lovely green colours and stuff in it. You know, as an image, it's nice, but not appealing enough for me to think, oh, must stitch that. But I mean, I know that there's been lots of conversation about AI and art and cross stitch. And I think if it's done right, that's one thing. It's when it's not done right, it's not looked at, and the artists are not credited. Anna Karen, does anyone know, understand why Zweigart uses so much starch in their Ada? No idea. I don't know if anybody else can shed any light. But for me, I wouldn't see that as a bad thing because it does prevent warping or help to prevent warping. But no clue. Kashi, I bought a few charts, but one of them I'm unsure of. I love the image, but not the mock-up looks awful in Pattern Keeper. So yeah, really unsure on that one. I have a theory about mock-ups. You know, mock-ups, the whole sort of square is filled, and for me, that can distort the softness of the image. So, is it just because it looks boxy? Or is it because it doesn't look right? You know, that's kind of how I would look at it. Does the image make sense, but is it just boxy? I suppose that's what I'm asking. Oh, and Adrian, no, I've had enough greens of glory in glory of an blah, 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 blah. Start that again. I had enough of greens in glory of evening. All right. I've got plenty of greens in envy. Mind you, those greens are lovely. Let's do some of this one, 817. Some tea. Here's another debate. Are you a tea drinker, a coffee drinker, both, neither, or something else? To me, it just doesn't look right. I see what it is supposed to be, but then I don't know. It's just totally different and than all the others. Hard to explain, I guess. No, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. If it doesn't look right, it doesn't look right. Hi, Patsy. How are you? Leslie's both. Anna Karen, yes, but this piece can almost stand for itself, and it's full bolt width wide and a metre tall. If it wasn't for the pre-gridded, I would have tried to wash it. It probably will soften up as you use it. But Patsy, I got so engrossed watching The Village Idiot, I missed the time.
Oh, well.
Well, it's a good job you weren't in here about half an hour ago, because, you know, he was stripping off and threatening to send photos to everybody. If you're talking about Andy.
Which particular bit of me were you watching? No, that sounds wrong.
That sounds very wrong.
Which particular area was I in?
That also doesn't sound particularly
Where
right.
was I? What episode were you watching?
Sharon's are both coffee during the day, tea at night. Yeah, same as that. And squash too. Patsy, you're good. Excellent. He picked up his ears, you know, when I said The Village Idiot.
Well, that's what I go by, isn't it?
Lively stuff, seen him all day.
What?
It's lively stuff, seen you all day. The pattern in question is kissing horses. Maybe someone has it or has done it. Where's the pattern from? Kashi. Alexandra, coffee and morning tea rest of the day. I'm coffee until about 3 o'clock. I'll be having squash really from lunchtime in between until my post-tea brew. I have a nice cup of tea at about 7:30. Patsy's been watching the first and second Derbyshire episodes.
The first and second Derbyshire episodes.
Yeah.
You're going to have to narrow that down a bit, because...
Yeah, narrow it down for him, Patsy.
Because Derbyshire has 9 districts, 7 of which have episodes.
Yeah. 1
which will not have any because it doesn't have anything to cover. The other one hasn't even started yet.
Well, I'm sure Patsy will narrow it down now, I've asked.
So, Amber...
Oh, I was in them too. Was I in both of them?
In Derbyshire?
Because one of them's got to have been Ashbourne then, hasn't it?
It must be. It must be Derbyshire Dales. In which case, you were... What if you're watching the first and second in the Derbyshire Dales? That will have...
Or would it have been Eam?
No, not Eam. It would have been...
I'm sure Patsy will clarify in a moment.
Oh.
Let me just catch up on...
Bonsall was the first one. Derbyshire Dales.
Was I in the Bonsall one? Was it the Bonsall one as well? Right. Okay. Sandy's coffee all the way. Hi, Red. Not late. Congratulations. Alexandra saw The Village Idiot in my village in Whitwell. Andy did a great job.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Yeah. It's a Hage.
You should go and look at Whitwell on the Hill, by the way, which is miles away in Yorkshire, but I've done that one as well. It's a very different place to your Whitwell, let me tell you.
Thanks, Red. We are not far away from done on this one, and I'm figuring that next Wednesday's live stream, we'll be working it to a finish. So any of you that can join me then, I will make sure that I've just got 400 left. Patsy says, yep, so it must have been at least the Ashbourne episode then.
Yeah. Yeah, Nikki was in the Ashbourne.
Yeah.
So.
Had a great day celebrating. Now it's time to stitch. Yeah. I wouldn't call Hatton was the other one.
Hatton? Oh, South Derbyshire. That's what you're talking about. South Derbyshire. Right, okay. Yeah, Hatton, and it would have been Church Broughton then, the second one. Am I right? Nikki wasn't in Church Broughton because you sat in the car because it was absolutely lobbing it down with rain.
Yep.
But then you got out for Foston and Scropton next day, didn't you?
Yeah, I did go Foston and Scropton, yeah. Right. Well, we're finished already. You're fast. Not that fast. This one's been going since March 2022. 217,200 stitches all told. But yeah. March 2022, I started this one. Patsy says you're right. So it would have been South Derbyshire ones. They were a wee while ago, weren't they?
Yeah.
When I was still a chubster. Oh, the one with the little Christmas shop. Yeah, I love that little.
Sudbury.
That was Sudbury, yeah. I love that. And that shop in Sudbury, they change it every season. So, like, they'll have it for Christmas, then they'll have it for Valentine's, and then Easter, and then for the summer, and then for Halloween,
So
and then
this,
back to Christmas.
At this time of year, it'll probably have.
It'll be summer.
Yeah. So what will they be selling? I reckon.
It'll be like beach balls and wind. Buckets and spades and windmills and kites and that kind of thing. I would have thought.
Yeah, probably. It's going to be paddling pools.
But you're also switching projects. In my eyes, it's fast. And you were talking about maybe finishing in November. Yeah, that's what Stitch Pal told me. But I don't know how much you know, but in May, I kind of kicked this one up a bit of a gear and started doing daily stitches on it and working on it when I'd done my rotation stitches if I didn't have model stitching to do. So to push this one as close to a finish as I can. And now it's telling me early July. But it won't be, it'll be June. I was hoping to finish it in May and do like a monogamous. But then I got model stitching in and it kind of threw all my plans out. So, yeah. But the next one to be like this one and focusing on a finish is She Sleeps. I had a break from work and pushed that time for this finish. Yeah, I did. It's nice. It's been nice when I've been able to get extra stitching in on this one. And this one's been very well travelled. It's gone to the south coast. It's gone to Cumbria. It's gone to Norfolk. It's gone to London. It's gone everywhere. She will be a beauty when she's washed. At the moment, she's smelly. Because no matter how much you wash your hands and things before you start stitching, the natural oils still go into the fabric and they can whiff, can't they? After a while, especially if you like keep them in a bag or something, take them out of the bag and you're just like, oh, this piece needs a wash. I'll be framing this one myself, Katinka. I haven't decided whether to put it in a classic frame or to make a wall hanging out of it yet, because a wall hanging I can easily clean. So, but I'll have a look at that when it's washed and make a decision. I was wondering what you were stitching when you were in the car. Yeah. Maui Princess comes around quite a lot because it's very portable. And of course, it's this piece that I've been taking into the office with me as well. Stitch on my dinner break. Go and find myself a little sofa, put my headphones in for a documentary on YouTube, eat my lunch, and then get my stitch on. Hi, Laurie. Not late. You're absolutely fine. Hope you're doing okay. Oh, I've put an extra stitch in there where I shouldn't have. Whoops. Just going to stitch it out. There we go. I think this one will be done next week, Laurie. If you missed that, I shall be doing the last 400 stitches on it. I'll do in next week's live, next Wednesday's live. So, because as it stands, there's like 5,300 left. and I'm going to get some time on this tomorrow, some time on this on Saturday for most of the day. I can't see that I'm going to be very close, if not out of finish next Wednesday. I will make it so. Will I make a video on the framing? I don't know. Haven't decided. Might do. See what I decide to do with her. Sandy, 42. Okay. Need a bit more on that one, I think, Sandy. You said you watch documentaries on YouTube. What are you into? I love good documentaries. Well, I like crime documentaries, and I'm a bit of a I prefer British crime documentaries because the American ones just continually repeat themselves, and I do find it a little bit annoying. But yeah, I've also followed some YouTubers that do breakdowns of crimes and analysis and stuff like that. So, 42 watching. I beg your pardon, Sandy. That's brilliant. Over 40 on a Wednesday is good. 43 I see now. Woo. Welcome, everybody. If you've not said hi in the chat, then do say hi. But obviously, you have to be a subscriber to do so. So yeah, I like a few crime YouTubers. That chapter is probably one of my favourites. Mike. He's an Irish guy.
Let's give it a go.
Coffee House Crime is another. Adrian. Dark Curiosities. This is Monsters. Also, I like the Our History channel. Now, that's not all crime, but the other series that I'm quite a fan of is Autopsy, which breaks down how celebrities pass away, and it breaks down the autopsy report and sees how accurate it was. The last one that I watched was John Candy. I used to love John Candy. Uncle Buck is one of my favourite movies. And it will always be. There's nothing funnier than John Candy making pancakes with a snow shovel. So, yeah. I also follow a few YouTubers who are British or British expats living overseas and making a new life. So I follow the Newbies. He is English. She's from South Africa. And they're in Portugal with a couple of their children, with their 2 children. There's also The Origin, which are a couple from the northeast. Are also making a life in Portugal. The Origin Homestead, their channel's called. Patsy, it was a long time ago, back in the 90s that he'd passed. He was only in his early 40s. Who else is there? Life by Living. They are also a young couple from London who are in Portugal. And then Quinta Berenta, which is an older couple who have retired to Portugal and are building a new life out there. It's sensing a common theme here. I just find it very interesting how people can move to another country and sort of integrate themselves, make a new life, and it's just fantastic. I love stuff like that. It's very human interest. So yeah, there's a few YouTubers that I follow in various sort of guises, various subjects. And of course I follow a bunch of floss tubers. One or two knitters, well, certainly one Tunisian crocheter. Oh, Patsy, bless you. Yeah, he passed away. I think it was a heart condition. He was such a funny guy. You know, one of my favourite ever actors. Him for comedy, Ray Liotta for drama. Please tell me you know that he passed away.
Got it.
I also like sometimes to binge watch series on Channel 4 or 4 on demand, ITV streaming as well. There's a few good ones on there. I do go into Midsummer Murders from time to time. I like the older series that are on the BBC, Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes, because I love Philip Glenister. Channel 4, my go-to on Channel 4 would be ER. And of course I have Netflix, so you know, if there's a good series that comes up on Netflix where I can learn something, then I'll watch it. And Netflix do have quite a lot of crime stuff, and they have a lot of history. I think there's one on there at the minute which I want to watch, which is about the Terracotta Army in China. Terracotta Army, I think it is, isn't it?
Sounds like it.
I think it's
Not
China.
Mongolia.
No, it's not Mongolia. In the shadow of Mount Fuji, is that China or Japan?
Japan.
Japan. So yeah, there's you know, some good documentaries on Netflix if you pick the right one. Topical one that they had on there recently was the one about a stalker, a guy who absolutely bombarded a few unfortunate people with unwanted contact. That was interesting, but I haven't watched Baby Reindeer yet. I don't know if anybody on here has. No idea what that's all about. Patsy, I loved Alan Rickman. I was devastated when he died. Yeah, me too. Lots of films that he was in that was superb. I mean, obviously, everybody talks about Harry Potter, but he was in Die Hard, and he was in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. He's in a few good films. That one with Juliette Lewis, I want to say. I don't know if it was a TV series though, or a film where he was playing a husband who had died, and he was like playing a ghost. Oh, I think it was on Channel 4. Can't remember what it was called. Oh yes, Dogma as well. Yeah, Alan Rickman was a wonderful actor. I just loved his dryness when he was in Harry Potter, when he was Snape. He was just so dry. Four Weddings and a Funeral. No, not Four Weddings and a Funeral. The other one with Hugh Grant, where he was the Prime Minister. That one. Where Love Actually, that's it. Thank you. I don't think we've forgiven him yet, have we, for cheating on Emma Thompson? Sense and Sensibility, yeah. Not seen that. Jane Austen's not my thing. Not a fan. Yeah, I mean, when Alan Rickman died, we lost a few people, didn't we, in a very short space of time, because we lost David Bowie and Lemmy and one or two others in a very, very short space of time. And it was like, wow, you know, the Grim Reaper's got good aim this year. Yeah, I agree, Mrs. Miggins. It's a really good film. Yeah, so many great British actors and so many stories and twists. Yep. Patsy's watched it about 20 times. Do you know what I'm saying with Bridget Jones series? I loved Bridget Jones series of films. Speaking of Bridget Jones, did you see the video that I put out on Andy's channel about Bridget Jones's diary? Because we went and found Bridget Jones's house, and Andy discovered Borough Market. Didn't you, dear?
Yes.
Yeah. We had a nice wander around Borough Market and Southwark Cathedral, which was very nice. And for the ones who are, shall we say, a touch older, do you remember the Marchioness disaster where the party boat sank in the Thames? Well, in Southwark Cathedral, there's a memorial for the victims of that. It was back in the 80s. I can remember when it happened. It was quite devastating. Adrian, Miss Lemmy, met him a couple of times, such a down-to-earth guy. Yeah, apparently he was. Apparently, there's another guy I watch. He does pop culture videos. He's called Scott on Tape. He's Canadian, but he travels around the States, and he'll go to a location or something, or you know, a cemetery or a movie set or somebody's house or whatever, crash site, murder scene, all those sort of different kind of things. And he'll go there and he'll make a video. And he did one of Lemmy's local bar when he lived in the States. And they even had like a corner for him with a seat that only he could sit on. And all sorts of stuff. It was fascinating because, you know, everybody that he'd spoken to who'd met Lemmy said exactly the same as you, Adrian, that he was a lovely, down-to-earth guy, you know, completely sort of the opposite of the portrayed image. But yeah, Scott on Tape, that's another one that I regularly watch on YouTube. He's quite funny as well. You know, there are times when he's been quite funny on some of his videos. He did a few videos on Kurt Cobain's house as well. And if you're into cemeteries and the rich and famous and want to learn a bit more, Hollywood Graveyard is another one that I watch with regularity. He releases videos usually about once a month. And you learn such a lot about actors and from times gone by. I'm not sure if it was the Rainbow, Adria. I can't remember the name of the bar. But apparently he had a little corner of it all to himself and nobody else was allowed to sit there. I mean, imagine being enough of an icon that even if you're not there, nobody's allowed to sit there. Oh. Tea moment. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
What was that? Was it a cough, a sneeze, or something in between?
A cough that turned into like a snort.
Oh. Back up to 42 again. The number that Deep Thought came up with as the ultimate answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. 42. Just a bit of random Douglas Adams in there. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because that's something else I believe that Alan Rickman was in. I think he was Marvin the Paranoid Android in it, in the remake. Oh, excuse me. That tea's giving me a bit of wind. Oh, excuse me again. Another topic, if you don't mind. Does anyone have a remedy or advice for menopausal itchy skin? It's driving me nuts. Couldn't sleep with it last night. First of all, have you tried just taking in just a simple antihistamine, a non-drowsy one, not a non-drowsy one, Patsy? I'll just try an antihistamine, and then if you bath before bed, try a bath with some kind of bath stuff that's like a milk or an emollient. Bath cream, something that's got like an oil element in it. E45 cream or Urax cream is very good for itching. But if you just try an antihistamine first, don't get a non-drowsy one because you'll not sleep. It might just help. I used to have a problem when I used to work in a big office. And the big office had the old type of computers with the big sort of towers with the fans in them that were just pumping dust around. And I used to have a massive problem with sneezing. And an antihistamine helped with that. Because I think I developed something of a dust allergy. But yeah, try an antihistamine first. Yeah, Aveeno. That's kind of where I was going. But yeah, but just have a look and have a read of the labels. Anything that's soothing, soothing and soothes itchy skin. Even like if you have a look, E45 do a bath emollient as well. you know, you might feel a bit like you're covered in grease until it sort of settles in. And I don't know what you wear at bedtime, Patsy, but just plain cotton. Anything with fleece or any sort of poly mix will probably irritate you as well. See, we've got all the answers in here, haven't we? A good bunch of people. Look at that. Get stitched with me. And fingers crossed, the solution to some of you. So what ails you? Yeah, do try them, Patsy, and all being well, see an improvement. Eucerin or Lubriderm or Excellent 2. Yep, there we go. Oh, you're a nuddy, are you? Right, okay. Just make sure then that you're in cotton bedding. Anything that's flannelette or anything like that, it might, you know, or if you use a fleece covering it, that might just irritate too. Sits with me while we share life hacking advice. Yep, absolutely, Red. Absolutely. Now, does anybody have any advice about, I'm 49 now, how can I retire by the time tomorrow morning comes around so I don't have to go to work and I can stitch all day? You see, the only problem with that, Red, is how do I pay my bills? I'd love to quit and stitch all day, but I can't. Be very nice, though. Couldn't you just all club together and pay my bills? It's already monetized. Hire out Andy. Okay.
Andy's busy.
What am I going to hire him out as?
Well, judging by the first part of this live stream, I'm not totally sure you want to know, do you? I mean, you know, as you can see, and nobody else can, you know, I'm fully fit and able for various.
Can I hire him out as a cleaner, pot washer, washing machine and tumble drying, filler upper and emptier? Good at them. Driver.
Not so keen at that.
Yeah, will you take me to the supermarket?
Well,
chauffeur.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love to do this all day long. Channel brings me in a bit of pocket money, and it means that I can do things like when I'm going to the Big Stitch. And like I said, Hawkins Hobbies are going to be there, and I think they're taking some mandalas. So I have a feeling that the money I've put aside could disappear very quickly. We've also got going to have lots of Mirabilias and Bella Filipinas too. You could always make online courses about anything and you would have money and time. I'm more creative though than technical. I could do with a lottery win, but I've got to go halfway and buy a ticket. Oh, well, I guess I'll just get up early again in the morning and stitch before work and then count down when I get into work. How many minutes until my next stitch? I wish, Red. We don't win very much. Catherine says, Chippendale, go Andy. Sharon, especially when you see the price of their kits, eye-watering. Oh dear. But hey, it's a one-off, isn't it? Looking forward to seeing you there. You better save a place on your table for me. Unless you've already got plans for the other 6 seats on your table, because I know you're going with a friend, aren't you? Anyway, have you noticed I don't have any bickering children tonight? Fabulous.
There's time yet.
Yeah, but they haven't been arguing over the bath tonight. Because that's what they argue about, is over the bath. So jealous, love to go to Big Stitch. Yeah. Well, I hummed and hawed about it for quite a while. But it's like I've said before many times. I don't drink. I don't smoke. The bin goes out more than I do. So I'm going to the Big Stitch. Sharon, I will send you a PM with some details and we'll contact and meet up. Patsy, don't I do cross stitch chart patterns? Could you kick that into high gear? And start selling them. Yeah. I could open an Etsy, but it's finding the right stuff, the right images. And of course, you know, getting the time to do it along with work. Between work and stitching, there's not much time for anything else. I don't think I'm going to retire this week, am I, chaps? Maybe next week. Just do a mark off so I don't lose where I am. Cool. Is the Big Stitch just stitching or will there be vendors there too? So there will be some vendors. Pain Free Crafts is going to be there. Hawkins Hobbies. Probably some others. There's the fabric cotton crafts. Coffee craft. I think she's going to be there. And oh, I can't remember. Flaming name of the woman. Stitchy Ferret, that's it. Don't forget to get a lottery ticket. Yeah, I should get one on Saturday when I'm in town. So yeah, there's going to be vendors. There's also going to be some classes. I've not signed up for any of those. Because I will have my stitching with me. I'll be taking 2 projects because they're the most portable. I'll be taking She Sleeps and I'll be taking Sailing Fairy, and then decide which one I want to stitch on when I get there. There's what, about 5 or 6 weeks to go, something like that, 6 weeks maybe. Whereabouts is it? It is going to be held at the Magna Centre. It's big, it used to be a steel mill, but it's now turned into an event space, which is, it's just in the borders of Rotherham, but it's right by the M1 at where as you travel the M1, you've got Sheffield on one side, Rotherham on the right. It's within sort of shouting distance of Meadowhall shopping centre. So yeah, it's a very big sort of event space. Very nice, but very dangerous for me. I'll buy it if I don't really want it. I'll need it. Yeah, I'm same. Or can be. Did I order any of the exclusive charts? Nope, not my thing. If there was a nice full coverage chart, then I would have looked at it. But no. Don't think we have city retreats here. We'll have to ask around. Yeah, absolutely do, Adria. They're lovely. Other than that, why don't you do one yourself? Host one. Just find a space. Red, I've had a lovely time with you all, but I have sleepy eyes. I don't want to risk making a mistake in my project because I was sleepy. But I wish you a nice evening. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining, Red, and do take care. And many congratulations again. And I'm glad now that you've got your stitchy time back. Maybe see you at the weekend. Yeah, Leslie, you very probably did. Sheffield Arena is not far from Meadowhall. It's sort of within shouting distance of it. So but yeah, because I live in Rotherham, it's not terrible for me to sort of travel to it. And of course, it's very much in a stomping ground that I know. And in fact, in the mill, in the old steel mill where it is, I'm pretty sure that I've had family members who've worked in it. So and if any of you sort of come up the M1 sort of 20 years ago, you might have remembered the pair of cooling towers on the side at Rotherham. Those cooling towers are not far away from where Magna is. Yeah, I wish it was too, Sandy. I'd love to see you. Been a long time since Retford. Oh, do you know what? I've done so many block stitches. It's unreal. I'm getting ready to sign off. And I've just had a look at how many I've done, and I'm kind of a bit gobsmacked myself. Just shows what happens when it's block stitching. I can get so much done. So with these two stitches, I have done 430. we're definitely on, aren't we, for getting this finished. $5,100 to go. Let's see what I can get done this weekend, eh? Right, ladies and gents, I don't know if there's any gents in, but I don't want to miss anybody out. I'm going to leave this one there.
You usually have one gent, don't you?
Yeah.
Was he in tonight?
No, he's not been in for a couple of weeks. So
I'm sure he's got his reasons.
I'll be releasing Stitch With Me tomorrow, Stitch With Me Saturday, and then we're back at another live on Sunday.
Woohoo!
So do join me for that. Catherine is coming in from Facebook. I don't want to miss a message because sometimes I do miss a message. She said Chippendale go Andy. That's the last one I saw.
That's going to be the lasting impression from this live stream tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, Andy the Chippendale.
Dear God.
Oh my goodness.
Worse. I can't think of anything worse.
So yeah, we will endeavour to be back on Sunday. I will give you a progress report on this one as well. I'll tell you how many I've got left. But I am aiming to get this done for next Wednesday. So Catherine coming in from Facebook says, see you Sunday. Hopefully, take care, everyone. So yeah, have a great stitchy week, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.